Hello, my name is Marcela Macias. I am a photographer, stylist, and visual strategist over at marcelamacias.com. And what I'm going to be talking to you in this video are 7 very easy ways that you can use custom photos that you may have created for your brand or that you may have hired someone like me to take for you in order to maximize their use and in order to make sure that people identify you immediately when they see them. When you hire someone to take custom photos for you, it is very important that you use those photos as much as possible so that they can have their full effect, which is getting people used to those items, to those colors, and so that they can identify you with the objects that are in them and they can recognize your brand more easily. So if you go over to my blog, I have written a whole blog post showing how one of my clients, Laura Silva, a Chinese astrologer, has used her own photos. And what I'm also doing, and this video is part of it, is showing you how some other ways that you can also use these the photos that you may have taken. So what we are watching here right now is my Canva account. I have a Canva for Work account, which has certain advantages, which, for example, that I can have my whole brand kit with logos and with my colors and my fonts already inserted in them. But you also have a free Canva account that you can use and see if you like it. In that case, you will have to add colors and fonts and your own logos every time you design a graphic. But it's really great. I used it for a long time before getting my Canva for Work account. And then, of course, you can always upgrade. So what I love about Canva is that for people who don't have design experience like myself, it really saves us a lot of time because you already have, as you can see, when you click on Create a Design, you already have different types of social media and printable material that already have the not only the sizes, but they are already pre-designed by some professional designers, which means that they already look good. So what you can do is you choose one that you like and then you customize it very, very easily. And I'm going to show you how with one example. Again, if you go over to my blog, you will see some other examples of things that I have created for my blog. With the example of these clients, so you will see some other things that I suggest, and what I'm going to be doing right now and right here is showing you basically how Canva works and the things that you can do. So for example, the things that I recommend that you do are, for example, if you create videos for your blog, if you have a vlog, then you can create a custom YouTube thumbnail using your custom photos. You can also create the YouTube channel art using the custom photos, and as you can see, you can do it just with the templates that you have here. You can create business cards, posters. If you're going to organize something, for example, some event, then you can create a custom photo using those photos. You can also create ebooks. You can create, for example, an ebook that you're going to give as a free opt-in, or you can create the presentations for example, for a webinar, also using your custom photos. You create them here, then you import them into PowerPoint, and you run them like that. All kinds of social media graphics, which is really, really useful. Again, A4 US letter. So you have different sizes. You can also use custom sizes for everything that you have. Now, what I will show you here are some of the ones that I created for this example. So you can see, for example, this would be a custom post. This would be a YouTube channel art. This one could be, for example, an opt-in. This one could be a poster for a paid event. And all of these are examples that I created really, 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 really easily using what I can show you, what I'm going to show you right now. So how do you do to create a design? So let's say, for example, you click in here where it says create a design, and you will have different social media posts in here. Now, let's say, for example, that what you want to create, you know exactly what are the sizes that you are going to create. So you click, for example, in YouTube thumbnail. So what you're going to create, you're just going to have the dimensions here, which are perfect for that. And then what you do is you go here, you have different layouts. And as you can see, you will have some that are paid, which are normally $1 each time. And you also have some that are free, like this one, for example, or this one here. And what happens is when you click on them, when you're going to be clicking on them, then something will appear. So for example, let's say that you have this here. You click, so you have the fonts. Then you click on the photo, and what you can do is you delete the photo using this trash bin here. You delete it, and what you have is the simply the format of the photo there. Then you go to your uploads, and because I'm doing the examples for this client, then I'm going to be using this photo. You just drag the photo there. It's immediately put in there. And then what you do is you click here, and you have the font, so you could upload. In my case, I have my own custom fonts already here, but I don't know what are the fonts of my client. So let's say that you do here, and I just put the name of her business, and I simply write it there. What I can do is I can change colors. For example, I could use yellow, which is one of her custom colors. Let's say that we do there, and then you have it written, or here, or I just make it black and just leave it at black, whatever color you want. And then what you do, just click there, and you have it customized. And then you go to download. You choose if you want an image for web, an image in high quality, if you want it like a standard PDF or a PDF with print quality, and then it will give you a better design. Let's say, for example, now that what I want to design is that I don't find one of the designs here, or the layouts that I have are not something that I like already, but I know that I want something with a photo. So what I do is I decide first what is going to be the dimensions that I want to use, for example. So I can use, for example, I want to do an Instagram post, or is something that I'm also going to be using for my blog post, but I know that I want these square designs. So what you can do as well is you go to elements. So if you're going to be using a photo, what I suggest that you do is that you first look for a frame, which is this one here. So you go to frame, and then you select, for example, let's say that you want to use a photo and some text. So for example, I would use this one here, and then I just drag the corners until they match the borders of what I have, and then I upload my photo here. So I go back to uploads, I drag the photo again like before, so my photo is perfectly located here. Then I click on this side. Oops, I clicked on the photo, sorry. What I do is I click on this part, and what it will show me here, as you can see, is the color. So then I can just use a custom color that looks more like the color of my client, which has this sort of like turquoise colors. Here I will look what it is. Of course, if you know what is the color from your brand, you will have your hex code, then you can just insert it here. So let's say this one there. And then you simply add text. And in order to add the text here, so let's say, for example, that this was a blog post where my client was talking about the signs of the horoscope, or about the importance of Chinese astrology. You simply go here where it says text to the corner, click on text. In this case, I have already put what are my fonts for heading, my own fonts for subheadings, and the fonts that I use for body text. But let's say that otherwise you can choose, in any case, you can choose any font that you like, or you can choose also some of these already pre-designed fonts that have pre-designed styles, and then you simply change the text. For example, let's say that we get this one here. You simply let's see, you click on it, and then you drag it to wherever you want. Let's say that I wanted this, and this was the fonts for my client. So I would just put, for example, her name, or we could put delete. We can put the name, for example, of her blog post. Let's say that it was Chinese astrology. I'm just making this up. This is not, I actually don't know what you would write about. I just change the color, Chinese Astrology 101, and I have this here. And then I want to add a little bit of body text. Let's say discover, I'll put it on also in the same color. And we put discover, delete this one here. Oops, where did it go? I don't know. Click here. And we're going to put discover how Chinese astrology can help your business, for example. And then I change the color. I go here, choose the same color, and I simply drag it to where I want it to be. And I can move it around whatever I want, as you can see, until I find a way that I like. It can do any font combination that I choose. Again, this here was my own font, which is HK Grotesque, but you have a lot of fonts that you can use, or you can, if you have a Canva for Work account, you can select your own font. So there have really a lot of fonts here that you can select. And again, they have these font combinations already that are suggested by some of their designers. So for example, you can download these, you know already what are the dimensions, you name it, you click in here, you can give it a name so that then it's easy to search and easy to identify. For example, let's say I would name it Blog Post Chinese Astrology 101. Done. And then I click, I download. Once I download the image, I can upload it whatever I want. I can put it in my scheduler. I use CoSchedule or Later app for scheduling my Instagram. And as you can see, it's very easy. It just takes 2 seconds. Once you have your uploads, once you have your photos uploaded, in my case, for example, I have my logos. I click in here, I have the photos for my brand. So it really takes 2 seconds for me to be able to upload anything. I could add, for example, my logo if I wanted, which is this one. I can reduce it in size, place it whatever I want. Okay, if this was, for example, my own graphic. So there are so many things that you can do. And the most important thing that you need to remember is once you pay a photographer to take custom photos for you, just make sure that you use your photos as much as possible. So you can use them, again, Twitter posts, Pinterest graphics, Pinterest photos, social media apps, presentations, all your opt-ins, the blog titles that you prepare, business cards, flyers that you prepare for something else, brochures, and not only use them, but when the photographer is creating those photos for you, just tell them how you're planning to use them, at least the idea, so that they can create photos that are versatile. It is very important for a photographer to know what are your business objectives, not only who you are, who your ideal client is, but also what are your business objectives and all the ways in which you are going to be using the photos that you're hiring them to take for you. In this way, they can create photos that you can actually use everywhere, that represent you in every single way, and that attract like a magnet your ideal clients. So help your photographer by thinking about all the things that you're planning to do in the near future and all the ways in which you can use, in which you want to use the photos that they take for you, so that they can actually create photos that make you over the moon excited to use everywhere. If you want to see all the examples that I mentioned in this video and that I created for my client, and if you want to read more about the importance of congruency and consistency and why custom photos can help you achieve them so that your business is recognized instantly by the people that you're trying to attract, then you can hop over to my blog over at marcelamacias.com, where you can read everything about it. Thank you for being here.